Russian President Vladimir Putin says he will analyze Zelensky's proposal to halt strikes on civilian infrastructure. And this comes as President Donald Trump's hopes for a broader ceasefire, as he hopes a deal could be struck this week. Our next report tells you how Trump plans to end this 3-year-long war in Ukraine as fighting rages on.
Russia unleashes a barrage of missile and drone strikes on Ukraine as a short-lived Easter truce ends. Ukraine says Russia launched 96 drones and 3 missiles in overnight attacks, causing damage in Kharkiv, Dnipropetrovsk and Cherkasy regions. With Russia continuing its unrelenting aerial assault, Ukrainians feel the prospect of a ceasefire is more uncertain than ever. There is no truce. You hear it yourself that there is no truce. You can hear the guns now. So there is no truce.
So far, there has been no change. Even in our city, it has only gotten worse. Because before that, yes, there were some bad situations, but there was no situation as severe as the one on this Sunday, April 13th. Although it was after Trump met with the president of that country, meaning his representative met with Putin, and it only got worse. I mean, I don't see any solution that anything has changed.
Ukraine is under immense pressure to respond to President Donald Trump's plan to end the war. Trump hopes Russia and Ukraine to secure a peace deal this week. He says both countries will be able to do big business with US. This comes at the back of his warning to both parties.
Now, if for some reason one of the two parties makes it very difficult, we're just going to say you're foolish, you're fools, you're horrible people, and we're going to just take a pass. But hopefully we won't have to do that.
The US proposes Ukraine to recognize the Russian seizure of the Crimean Peninsula in 2014, while ruling out Kyiv's NATO membership. It calls for designating the territory around the nuclear reactor in Zaporizhia as neutral territory that could be under American control. The Zaporizhia plant, the largest in Europe, would then presumably feed power to both Ukrainian territory and regions that Moscow has conquered since its invasion and that remain under its control. The proposals by Trump's administration falls short of one of the key Russian demands. The US stands nuclear on the legal right to control 4 regions in eastern Ukraine, a key sticking point with Moscow. It neither recognizes Russia's control over the occupied regions, nor does it seek the Russian military to leave those areas. Trump administration is also not proposing a cap on Ukrainian forces and isn't precluding Western military support for Kyiv or the deployment of European troops there. Senior US officials have presented these ideas to their Ukrainian counterparts in a confidential document in Paris last week. But accepting some of these ideas could be difficult for Kyiv, as it refuses to accept Russia's legal claim to any of its territory. Washington is now waiting for Kyiv's response, which is expected to come at a meeting of US, Ukrainian and European officials in London later this week. If there is a convergence among the parties, the proposals are likely to be floated to Moscow. Bureau Report, WION, World is One.